Tryptophan is often hailed as the feel-good amino acid, best known for its role in making serotonin, the brain's favorite mood molecule. It's also a precursor to melatonin, helping regulate sleep-wake cycles. But dig a little deeper into its metabolic fate, and you'll find a far more complex and less peaceful story, especially when it comes to cardiovascular health. While tryptophan can be converted into niacin, vitamin B3, this biochemical detour isn't always benign. Under conditions of metabolic stress, inflammation, or immune activation, this pathway can churn out a variety of toxic intermediates that quietly sabotage vascular health. In this way, the tryptophan pathway straddles a strange line, friend to the heart in one context, and a subtle foe in another. Let's break this down. Roughly 95% of dietary tryptophan doesn't go towards serotonin or melatonin production, but instead enters the kynurenine pathway, a complex series of reactions in which tryptophan is metabolized into a range of bioactive molecules, including kynurenine, quinolinic acid, and eventually NAD+, and niacin. On the surface, this is a clever system. When dietary niacin is low, the body can divert tryptophan to produce it endogenously. That's a clear win for metabolic resilience. But the conversion isn't simple, and it comes at a metabolic cost. Each step along this pathway produces not just energy and useful cofactors, but also a grab bag of pro-oxidant, neurotoxic, and pro-inflammatory compounds, especially under stress. When the body is inflamed, as in chronic infection, autoimmune disease, obesity, or metabolic syndrome, the enzyme indolamine 2,3-dioxygenase, IDO, becomes upregulated. IDO catalyzes the first step of the kynurenine pathway, accelerating tryptophan breakdown and shifting the balance toward kynurenine and its derivatives. While kynurenine itself has immunomodulatory effects, some of its byproducts, like quinolinic acid, are directly toxic to neurons and pro-inflammatory to vascular tissues. In cardiovascular health, this matters. Elevated levels of kynurenine pathway metabolites have been found in patients with atherosclerosis, hypertension, and heart failure. These compounds can promote endothelial dysfunction, increase oxidative stress, and interfere with nitric oxide production, which is crucial for vascular dilation and smooth blood flow. Quinolinic acid, for instance, is a known excitotoxin and has been implicated in damaging both neural and vascular tissues through oxidative and inflammatory mechanisms. Another intermediate, 3-hydroxykynurenine, can generate reactive oxygen species and amplify lipid peroxidation. Bad news for arteries already under pressure. So, where does niacin fit into this? In theory, more tryptophan flux through this pathway increases NAD+ production, a good thing, since NAD+ is essential for energy metabolism and cellular repair. But if the system is overwhelmed, or if the demand for niacin increases due to chronic inflammation, the cost of reaching those niacin levels becomes high. You don't just get NAD+, you also get a side serving of vascular stress. It's like ordering a power smoothie and finding out it comes with a tiny shot of diesel fuel. This duality makes the tryptophan pathway both adaptive and risky. It can supply niacin in a pinch, but it's also a major source of inflammatory damage if left unchecked. Moreover, certain conditions like high-dose niacin supplementation can feed back into the system and further disrupt tryptophan metabolism. When excessive niacin is metabolized, it leads to accumulation of metabolites like 1-methylnicotinamide, MNA, and 4-PY, which, as we've seen, can also damage vascular tissues and contribute to inflammation. So both the demand for niacin and the supply chain that makes it from tryptophan can potentially harm cardiovascular health if pushed too far. Adding to the complexity is the role of microbiota. The gut flora significantly influence tryptophan metabolism, and certain microbial profiles can tilt the balance toward either protective or harmful metabolites. Dysbiosis, imbalanced gut bacteria, may promote increased kynurenine production or interfere with serotonin and melatonin synthesis, while also contributing to systemic inflammation. In this sense, your tryptophan fate isn't just about your genes or your diet, it's partially outsourced to your microbial roommates. So what does all this mean for heart health? In moderation, tryptophan metabolism is a vital part of cellular function and vascular maintenance. It provides NAD+, regulates immune function, and supports neurological health. But under chronic stress or when pushed toward overdrive by inflammation, poor diet, or excessive supplementation, the pathway becomes leaky, with toxic metabolites spilling into circulation and laying the groundwork for vascular damage. Rather than fearing tryptophan or demonizing niacin, the key is maintaining balance across the pathway. That means supporting metabolic health through anti-inflammatory diets, moderating high-dose niacin intake, and paying attention to gut health. It also underscores the importance of addressing underlying inflammation, because once the kynurenine pathway kicks into overdrive, your body starts producing niacin the hard way, and your cardiovascular system may pay the price. In the end, tryptophan is not your enemy. It's a biochemical multitasker with noble goals and messy side effects. Like many things in the body, it's not whether a pathway is good or bad, but how well it's regulated. When functioning properly, it helps the brain and heart thrive. But when hijacked by stress, inflammation, or excess, it becomes a slow-burning fuse, one that can quietly reshape the vascular landscape in all the wrong ways.